What's up, guys? It's Coaster Fix coming at you. And today we have a special guest. His name is Blake. Say hello, Blake.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Today we are going to be discussing our top 5 coasters at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Alrighty, guys, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing, starting off with number 5. Number 5 takes the spot of Rougarou, the B&M floorless coaster at the park. And I believe that it's a solid coaster. B&M's always a solid coaster, but I think that it's not the best coaster at the park, but it's also not the worst. It's one of the better ones at the park. It's a B&M floorless. It's really solid. A little rough. That's the only downfall of the ride, but overall, I think it's a pretty good ride. What do you think, Blake?
Well, I really enjoyed the ride overall. I feel like the 2015 revamp of it, I don't know what it was called before, but it's called Rougarou now.
Mantis.
Yeah,
It's called.
I feel like that really helped it, and the fact that it's floorless helped it, and yeah, and also we saw a snake in the line.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Alrighty, guys, taking the number 4 spot, it's actually the newest coaster at the park, Gatekeeper. It's a beautiful coaster at the very front of the park. The whole entrance has been redone. It looks beautiful at the park. You know what? It's a solid coaster. It's a B&M winged. Those are really popular right now, and it's a very well solid coaster with plenty. I mean, there's a little airtime pop. Not much. It's a B&M winged, so it's not going to be much airtime. But the inversions are they're good. It's a good coaster. What do you think, Blake?
Well, I really enjoyed the ride. My favorite part was probably when you go right over the entrance and they got the 2 walls there.
Yes.
I loved that part.
Very cool element.
Mm-hmm.
And taking the number 3 spot will be a shocker to most people. We actually think number 3 coaster is Millennium Force. Most people is going to disagree with us, but I think it is a very good coaster, and Cedar Point has such a good coaster lineup that it's really hard to, pit all these coasters against each other. But it's a solid coaster, but I kind of thought it was a little boring. Just a couple airtime hills. I think that there's better coasters at the park, but this one is for sure a must ride at the park. Blake, what are your thoughts on Millennium Force?
Well, it was a great coaster, but I mean, it was pretty standard. You know what I mean? Like I didn't.
Well,
like,
I mean, it's fast. It's
yeah.
got that going for it.
But it seemed like you got on the ride, then you got off. Next thing you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It went so fast.
I know what you're saying. And we're down to the final 2 now, coaster lovers. Number 2 is actually Top Thrill Dragster. You guessed it, Top Thrill Dragster. It's a good coaster. The speed is awesome. The ride is awesome. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's not very long, but there's more awesomeness about the ride than there is awfulness. So that's what I think. Blake, what's your 2 cents?
Well, it's definitely the scariest ride I've ever rode.
Yes.
A coaster.
Very intimidating.
The only reason this ride isn't number 1 is because it only lasts 17 seconds.
Yeah.
That really holds it back.
Alrighty, guys, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The number 1 coaster at Cedar Point, America's roller coaster. The number 1 coaster is Maverick. It's an Intamin. Awesome. It's got so good of airtime hills, the inversions, the second launch. It's just awesome. Everything about it is awesome. It's by far the best coaster I've ever been on. Best coaster at Cedar Point, and it's just an amazing coaster. If you haven't ridden this coaster and you love coasters, you need to ride Maverick. It's like awesomeness. I don't even know how to. That's the only thing I can think of is awesomeness. Blake, how do you describe its awesomeness?
Well, there's no real good way to describe it. I mean, it just pulls you out
don't
of your
know how
seat.
to. You don't know how to say it.
The airtime hills are some of the best I've
It's
ever rode.
awesome.
There's like a ton of airtime hills.
And the airtime is like the best.
Every one of them just pulls you out of your seat like crazy.
It's great. So, guys, you know what? Thank you for all watching this video. Please do subscribe. It helps me out. And then you can keep up to date on other parks and Cedar Point news and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you for watching.